grille is unmistakable. The shape of the bonnet, what they term the clamshell, all really unmistakable, distinctive signs, Suzuki, but more specifically Vitara. But this is not the Vitara, this is the new Vitara Brezza. Slightly smaller, that's the bigger difference, but you can see you've got the underneath over here, the cladding, so it's a quasi off-road look to it, what they're calling a crossover SUV, and it comes into Suzuki's crossover SUV range just below the Vitara. There are two spec levels been launched, GL and GLX. We have the GLX over here, so let's just look at a couple of the points while we're about it on the GLX. For example, you've got LED projector headlights and fog lights, whereas you get halogens on the GL version. So that's one of the very big differences between the two. You come around to the side, cladding around the wheel arches, and a GLX gives you 16-inch mag wheels, 16-inch alloys. You can see dual color over here, very neat looking, as opposed to 15-inch steel wheels on the GL version. On the GLX as well, your mirrors fold in when you lock the car. The auto folding mirrors, you don't get that on GL. But mechanically they're identical, and that's important. Body-wise, they're identical. We take a look in the back seat over here, and you can see driver's seat has always set for me. Look at the space. That is really impressive. Legroom for the back seat, and obviously being a crossover SUV, tons and tons of headroom. Nice cloth upholstery, and you do get Isofix fittings in the rear. Again, an important feature. Come round the back over here, and you can see very, very neat treatment. And for example, very unusual, very interesting rear tail lights. And the Brezza name emblazoned across the back over here, very, very clearly. And you've got the skid plate effect again below the back bumper over there, to again give you the off-road effect. Nice size boot, and not a high loading lip, which is useful. Suzuki's figure 328 litres for the boot space, and well done, full-sized spare wheel. Good stuff there, Suzuki. Not everybody gives those anymore these days. You can drop the rear seats 2/3, 1/3. That's very, very standard nowadays as well, but you do expect it. Note, you've got rear park distance beepers, and you do get a reverse camera as well. We'll look at that more when we get inside the car. The Brezza is powered by a 4-cylinder 1.5 litre petrol engine. Puts out 77 kilowatts, 138 newton meters of torque. In a car weighing about 1,130 kilos, it's pretty good power to weight ratio, so your performance factor is pretty good. Let's look inside. Well, in the driver's seat, we're looking first of all to tell you that another difference to GLX is you get that center screen over there, that TFT screen, and it's showing that we've been averaging 14.8 kilometers to the litre. Suzuki do it that way around, so we're talking just under 7 litres per 100, which on a new car is certainly not bad. We're a range of 140 kilometers left in the tank still, and I can tell you now that we've done about 500 kilometers so far on this test. So that just gives you some information over there. You've got the very neat effect on the whole dashboard over here. I mentioned the mirrors, the auto folding mirrors. You've got cruise control. You've got all your normal features on the steering wheel as you'd expect as well. Of course, you've got climate control, air conditioning. These are all standard on both models. Then, of course, you come down to the center screen, and you can see nice 7-inch screen over here. Gives you all the features you want, including Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, and most importantly to me, the reverse camera. So there you go. Thank you for that, Suzuki. I do appreciate it very, very much. You come down, you've got a USB over there and a 12-volt socket over there. So those are, again, features you do get. Also, you do get height adjustment on the driver's seat. Good stuff. Something that maybe people don't think about, but I think is very, very important. Another nice and unusual feature is you look at the interesting treatment of the dash and the angles, etc. yes, it's plastic, but it's very solid, feels good, doesn't rattle, doesn't creak. But you've actually got two cubby holes. And this top one actually has cooling, working off the air conditioning system. But of course, that gives you the facility of keeping your cold drinks or something like that cold when you're in the car. Good stuff. And you do, of course, have another cubby hole down there as well. So you get two cubbies. So storage space is at a premium and good. I like that indeed, I must tell you. Electric windows all round, obviously. Those are very, very important. And I mentioned the air conditioning. 5-speed manual gearbox. Easy, light, snick, absolute joy and pleasure to drive. There is a 4-speed auto option available as well. Add 20,000 Rand to the purchase price and you can go up to that one. So overall, you get 2 airbags as well, ABS brakes, of course, etc. All those features are standard on this car as well. And you know you can rely on all those features and functions on the car. Going to the performance and the handling, well, you've got to understand you've got 198 mils of ground clearance on the Vitara Brezza. So it is nice. I didn't take it on dirt roads, but from everything I've heard and read, they say it handles dirt roads very, very nicely, as you would expect a crossover SUV to do, and it gives you that. But now my only little complaint would be, I would love to see a 6-speed on this manual gearbox. Simply for the reason that freeway driving, it feels like it could use another gear. It's a buzzy engine, typically Suzuki. Suzuki engines love being buzzy. They thrive on revs. You have all of that. But it would be such a pleasure to open road cruise and just have one more gear to give you that little bit of comfort and relaxed cruising, shall I call it, instead of being in the buzzy mode that I'm referring to. But other than that, I really, from the prices and from the value you get, I can find very little else that I would pick on this car, and you know me and my picky points. Brezza starts at 244,900 Rand for the GL manual. The GLX manual, as we're sitting right now, and I mentioned the differences between the two models, well, you're looking at 289,900. Add 20,000 to each one for the auto version. That includes, in all versions, 4-year 60,000 kilometer service plan and Suzuki's 5-year 200,000 kilometer warranty, which is quite something as well. Competitors, plenty. Where do I start? You know them all. They're there. There's the Venue from Hyundai. There's the EcoSport from Ford. I'm going to leave somebody out, but I think you know where I'm going with this. And you can see, well, this is Suzuki, and everybody knows how well Suzuki do smaller cars. And they do them well. As Suzuki put it, it just gets Brezza. For Motor Matters, I'm Eleanor. I'll see you next time.